Hey guys, Coach Joshua here again. So this week I want to talk about something that comes up a lot, not just from clients of mine, but basically everyone I know, everyone I'm around on a daily basis, and everybody else practically all the time. And it's alcohol and bodybuilding, and how it affects you. I mean, not just bodybuilding, but for me and for this channel, that's obviously what is going to matter the most. So that's what I'm going to talk about. But alcohol, how it affects. Can you drink while bodybuilding, all that kind of stuff. So, just some quick information. How alcohol is going to affect you is, of course, going to be a little different than how it's going to affect me and everyone else. We're all unique. It varies depending on, age and, obviously how much you've drank. So, just some information. What happens is, once you ingest alcohol, basically, your systems stop doing everything else. If you're repairing muscle from after the gym, you're trying to rebuild, your metabolism's running well, you ate your macros, you got the food in your system still, it's going to stop absorbing the macros, it's going to stop rebuilding muscle, it's going to stop repairing, your recovery, everything's going to stop, and your entire body is basically going to work to absorb that alcohol. So the problem when people talk about like beer guts and all that stuff saying alcohol causes weight gain, it's not so much the alcohol, it's that everything else you do. Because of when you ingest alcohol, once it's in your system, your metabolism takes a drastic hit right away because it stops, basically stops anyway, just like everything else, to deal with the alcohol because it's a toxin that we actually do not want in our bodies. Our bodies do not want it, so it has to get rid of it. So what makes you fat is what you eat after and everything you do while drinking. And of course, when you're drinking, your inhibitions go out. You make choices that you may not normally make, especially, not just food, but that's obviously a big one. And usually we crave carbs, and it's the worst kind of carbs you can have. And that is what makes you fat. Everything you ingest, practically, even if it's protein, everything you ingest is basically going to be converted directly into fat because your body cannot metabolize that food, not at any adequate rate anyway. And that is what makes you fat. So when people talk about the beer guts and all that stuff and the alcohol making them fat, it's not so much the alcohol. It has calories. They can add up quick. Even the basic minimum you're going to get from like a shot is still like 50 calories. Excuse me, typically anyway. So, it's not a gigantic amount, but not a lot of people have just one shot either. And that's straight alcohol. That's not mixers, that's not counting, sugars and everything else it's mixed with. That's not even beer. That's straight alcohol, shot, that's not a lot. So they can add up quick. So, the calories, they are pointless, zero nutritional calories that wreak havoc on everything else. Testosterone, IGF, everything that builds muscle for men especially, it all goes down, and it can affect you for 2 days. That's 2 days after you're drinking of less energy, system's not working right, less focus, less endurance. Your gym performance for the next 2 days, typically, unless you really do practice moderation, is going to take a hit, and you have to be aware of that. So, what was I saying about the food? It's not so much the alcohol, even though that will quickly put you over your daily nutrients calorically if you don't pay attention, because 50, 50, 50, 50, 100 here, 100 there, that'll add up quick for getting zero nutrients out of those calories. But it's what you eat after that makes you fat, and everyone complains about, because your system is too busy dealing with that alcohol to basically do anything else. So, when it comes to bodybuilding, you really should just not drink. Now, I'm not saying we're all human. You're going to want some. You have rough days. You need it. Go ahead. I would say you're entitled. But just consciously know the decision you're making. Know that you're choosing to do this. Practice moderation. It may very well affect you for the next 24 to 48 hours. That's the choice you have to make. As far as social gatherings, a lot of people, I get that it makes it more difficult to go out and hang out with your friends if they're all, drinking and all that. But it doesn't have to be difficult. If your lifestyle, your goals, and everything are what matter the most to you, peer pressure, all that kind of stuff, thinking you can't hang out with them if you're not going to drink, none of that has to be there. None of that has to even bother you unless you let it bother you. If it's what's important to you, your lifestyle and your goals, you can still go out, drink whatever else you want, and you'll be much better. You still get to enjoy everything. So, does it go with bodybuilding? No. If you want to maintain optimum function, optimum growth, optimum levels of everything, you should not drink. But if you want to, practice moderation. It's always better to have pure alcohol. No mixers, even beer is going to have more calories than, a shot or two here and there. So just think of what's going in with the alcohol, and you could be much better off, at least, if you're going to choose to drink. But otherwise, that's it. It's not rocket science to figure out that alcohol and bodybuilding do not go. So it's basically the whole point right there. Just know what point you're making, know what choice you're making, and how it may affect you. And if you want to still do it, do it. We've all been around those people. They're super wasted, and they all think they're going to get up at 6 o'clock the next morning, go jog 2 miles, start the healthy lifestyle. That next morning, none of that crap happens. They don't even remember that happened, and they wouldn't have gotten up anyway. Maybe if there's some 18-year-old super functioning, never gets hangovers, drank a ton of water person, but most of us aren't like that. I know I'm not, so it just doesn't work. But yeah, we're not all like that. So otherwise, the old adage pretty much goes: abstain and make them gains. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow the link to the blog below for more information. Otherwise, any questions, comments, leave them below. Let me know if you guys want me to do anything you like. And thanks for watching. Keep on lifting, everybody.